Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and we're playing Bant Spirits in Historic. So we're up against Kahira the Orphan Guard. So this is probably going to be... I think that more of these decks are playing the tribal version of this than the control version, so I think this is okay. We're probably just going to jam the Lords first and then probably Nebel Guest. I don't know, actually. Maybe this could be like Cat Tribal. Because they do have like a reasonable thing here. Oh, well that sucks. Every single deck is like playing Thoughtseize in it. This card is so absurdly powerful in this format. I mean, it's as fair a card like as you can ask for, because at least it's just stupidly strong. So they took Supreme Phantoms. All right. Well, if I play the Shacklegeist, they're going to know what this is, but at the same time, I don't really know if I have a better option. Because I want to be able to threaten to use this as a counterspell for removal. So let's see. So I guess this still could be... Maybe this is like creatureless control. Interesting. Alright. So here, I'll give them an opportunity to play a removal spell on one of these things. Okay, so yeah, it does look like this might just be like Esper creatureless control. That is not going to do dink. Now, I just have to be careful I don't overcommit in the face of like Wrath of God. Do I even care about this? Is there any card that they could take that matters here? I don't think so. I guess the question is, do I want Rattle Chains in play? I guess I probably do want this. Then they don't really have a choice. But I really, like, I don't like this line of play because now this opens me up to, like, Wrath of God in their part. Teferi, yeah. So Wrath is definitely a threat. This has to just be because they plan on Wrathing next turn. Oh, but now if they Wrath, it's just like all over. Alright, if they Wrath, they lose. That was a perfect draw this turn. Just absolutely incredible. Spirits, you don't let me down. Dead! They tapped out, they die. Boom! There we go. Alright, this is a match where Mystical Dispute is going to be good, and I think that Rally is probably not. I'll take out one Shacklegeist. I think the rest of these cards we want to keep, but yeah, Dispute countering Teferi is like really important. And I like keeping the Siren Storm Tamers because it acts sort of like Rattle Chains in that you can use it to protect creatures in some capacity. So it undermines their spot removal. It also gets Lofty Denial online first, so having a 1-drop to play and then holding up both Rattle Chains or Lofty Denial is very strong. Especially on the draw, because they might be playing like Teferi Time Raveler, and you really want to have some way of dealing with it. Playing 1-drop plus 2-drop is a good way to do that. This hand's great. Fantastic hand. Premium would keep 100% of the time. I gotta send the message. So this is a really interesting thing here. I'm going to play Supreme Phantom because even if they use Teferi to bounce it, it's not really a big deal. Well, it could be actually, but I don't want to I don't want to base my entire game plan on them doing that. So this is fine here because now I can play Temple Garden and hold up both of these things. They can play Nebelgast if they don't do anything, or if they play something scary, I can hold up this now. Okay. This is such a waste of a fucking extinction event. They're using it to get rid of a Spectral Sailor. That could not possibly have been correct. I'm sorry, opponent, but, like, no. You were just wrong for that, so you're gonna take the L for it now. You don't use this to get rid of a fucking 1-drop. That's so wrong. Get out of here. Okay, so I'm not gonna go in super hard just yet because I don't want to walk into stuff. Yeah, you can have this one. What is this even gonna do? You draw a card. I think it might be safe here to just Collected Company. Oh, come on! That was pathetic. Okay, so do I have it? I think so. Yeah, that's... We just kill him. We deal 10 damage. Look at that. We don't even need our Mystical Disputes. We just have a good game plan against this, so... The difference between, like, Sultai and Esper is that, like, the green cards actually can be good against us. There are some, like, significantly good, like, green threats that can be played that really hurt. I think probably the scariest thing that the Esper deck might play is, like, Scarab God. Like, Wrath is not that big a deal because they're just tapping out for it, and if we have a counterspell, they just lose on the spot. I think there's a lot more scary things that can happen in green-black with blue, but I think, you know, the Esper colors, like, they're just much better for us because, you know, like, what is white really adding to this game plan? Just, like, a couple planeswalkers and, like, a few spells that, like, don't really do anything, like timely reinforcements. Did that look like it even remotely helped them? I don't think it did. I think, yeah, just basically they're just playing white and they have like Teferi and like Wrath of God. And again, if we have a counterspell for either one of those things, then that's going to go terribly for them. So I don't know. I think, yeah, control is probably fine. Just like Sultai is probably the worst one for us. But no, that's fine. We take these wins. This is okay. But I think that was a pretty good showing for Bant this week. So alright, we finished that. So yeah, let's look at this. We didn't really use most of the sideboard stuff here. And I mean, maybe there's a way that we can tune this a little bit better, but I don't really know exactly what's going on in Historic, especially like not at this tier. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just using this to like shore up matches where I think that we need help. The Mystical Disputes are just kind of useful in general. Like, even against the ramp decks, like, these are fine to bring in as, like, 3-mana counters. Or, like, yeah, a 3-mana Mana Leak is just okay against those decks a lot of times. Because if you can hit, like, a Planeswalker with it, then that's usually good enough. But they're, like, these cards just, like, are dealing with specific hard-to-interact with decks for us that just abuse their graveyard. And this is just dealing with a few decks that are just hard to deal with their immense number of creatures and or an artifact, like, you know, they're stacking up enchantments and stuff on top of it. So, but like our main deck, like you saw, a lot of times we didn't even need to sideboard into it. So yeah, like just Lofty Denial is fine. I think Rally is definitely helpful in game one. Like it's sometimes a card we might side out for something more specific, but in general, like, and when you're going into a game one in the blind, the best plan is to just kill the opponent quickly, and Rally is a way to do that, like, very, very fast. So I enjoy having this card in my deck. I mean, maybe at some point once we get like Spell Queller and Selfless Spirit, we might have to look at trimming some of these from the deck to make room for it. But as of right now, like with what we have on Arena, I think this is a very important card to have in year 75. So I don't know. I enjoyed Bant Spirits in Historic. I think this is better than Merfolk is if you're looking for like a blue-based tempo deck, just because the built-in flying is really important and it has a lot more flash tools that really work together better. So this is the deck I would choose. Hopefully Zendikar helps us with our mana base a little bit more, because we have 12 Shocklands, and like we've seen sometimes that really hurts, but it functions mostly, so I guess we can't really complain too much. So I hope that you have enjoyed these Bant Spirits this week, and yeah, hopefully you've left me some thumbs up on these videos, and you know, you will leave me some nice comments about them, because I always go back and I try to read and respond to them whenever I see them. So yeah, that's all I got. So thanks everybody, and I will see you again next time. Take it easy, everyone.